Alrighty, thank you, Dan. Well, so much is evolving now that we are at this point in the blizzard of 2025. As far as closings, boil orders, and other urgent information, we have it for you there scrolling down at the bottom of your screen. We continue to update that ticker for you. Continuing our team coverage now, even as the snow thaws, the public safety risk continues after this blizzard. News 15's Jim Humble joining us live at Lafayette's Emergency Operations Center, where they're still monitoring conditions even at this hour. Jim.
Hey Marcel, good afternoon. That's right. The work still continues here at the Emergency Operations Center in Lafayette. Take a look over my shoulder. They're watching some of the major thoroughfares and intersections in Lafayette, and what a difference just a few hours and a day can make. Most places traffic is flowing smoothly, but there is still that threat going into overnight because everything that melts does thaw out and then could refreeze in the overnight hours. I want to bring in now Chad Sonnier. He's the director of the Office of Homeland Security and Emergency Preparedness here in Lafayette. Chad, what are the risks as we go into the night tonight?
The risk tonight is the same risk that we've been having for the last 2 or 3 nights, freezing rain, roadways, I'm sorry. We've been through it this many times. We're asking people just to adhere to the request one more night. Just please stay home, keep our first responders safe as well as the citizens safe.
And your office, you're here before, during, and after the storm. We're sort of on that cusp of during and after. What kind of work is going to be happening in the days ahead?
When the snow fell, after everything was finished with, everybody thought that everything was over. Our job was just starting, keeping people safe. Water lines, as everybody knows, is a big issue, as well as the frozen roadway. So for the last 3 days, we've been trying to keep everybody as safe as possible with these conditions. And as I said, we have one more night. If everybody can just please adhere to the request of staying home, that would be greatly appreciated.
All right, Chad, thanks so much for your time. Appreciate it. So as you just heard, follow that advice. Keep everybody safe. Probably the best thing you could do right now is to just stay home one more night. We're almost through all of this historic event, the blizzard of 2025.
And we're keeping you up to date with the very latest information when it comes to closures and boil orders and other urgent details that you may need. We have them scrolling there at the bottom of your screen. Continuing our team coverage now, even as this snow is thawing, the public safety risk continues for the blizzard of 2025. Jim joins us live from the Lafayette Parish Emergency Operations Center, where they're still monitoring conditions at this hour. Right, Jim?
That's right, Marcel. Good evening. The Emergency Operations Center here in Lafayette still a packed house, and as you can see behind me, they are monitoring some road conditions here in Lafayette, some of the major intersections and thoroughfares. What a difference a day makes, what a difference just a few hours make. It seems that traffic is flowing smoothly, but a word of caution from Lafayette Police. We are not quite out of the woods just yet, and with that, I want to bring in Sergeant Matthew Benoit with Lafayette Police. And what are y'all seeing out there on the roads tonight?
So we're seeing a very large increase of vehicle traffic on the roadways compared to the previous days in the week. So there's no issue with that. We just want to really kind of reiterate what we've been talking about yesterday is still a lot of ice on the ground, a lot of snow. It's going to get cold tonight. We need y'all to slow down. We really need y'all to pay attention. The roads are much better than they have been all week, but it's still hazardous, especially as the night kind of pushes along. We're going to have some locations in these neighborhoods and some of these side streets that have a lot of ice that's going to formulate. So just really want y'all to be cautious and be extra careful tonight.
Everybody's been a little stir crazy. We've been inside for maybe a day or two now. It can be a little deceiving when you look out and you see the roadways are open. A lot of work has gone into getting those roadways open, but yeah, what is that message to drivers? You know, everything that's thawed can still refreeze.
And it's probably going to. Tonight, I believe the low is going to be around 27 degrees. So later in the AM hours, kind of early this morning, some of that water that's sitting on the ground is going to harden up again. It creates a little bit of a slick terrain for these vehicles. So if you're driving at a higher rate of speed or you need a brake when you hit some of these types of icy areas, it's going to cause you problems. And next thing you know, you're going to be sliding off the road. You're going to end up in a ditch or striking another vehicle. So if you slow down, you can traverse all these roads just going very slowly. If you're unsure what it looks like, you see some stuff on the ground, you're just not positive, just go slow. If you go slow, you don't have an issue.
Okay, Sergeant Benoit, thanks. Some good advice there. Take it easy out there, everybody. Just a few hours left of this really historic event, the blizzard of 2025. Maybe one more night just to take it easy and, just sort of hunker down, stay inside if you can.
And we are, of course, keeping up with the latest information as it comes in on closures and openings, boil orders. You can find that information scrolling there at the bottom of your screen again tonight. In the meantime, continuing our team coverage as the snow thaws, the public safety risk continues. Jim joining us live from Lafayette Parish's Emergency Operations Center. Jim, they're still monitoring conditions even at this hour as we have seen some thawing today.
Hey, Marcel. Yeah, they sure are. Here at the Emergency Operations Center in Lafayette, they're still monitoring all of the conditions. One change today, they are keeping an eye on the road conditions. It's more than 2 days now after the blizzard, so people have had their first chance to really go out and get out on the roads. The roads have significantly cleared, but there are still some road closures. Even more than 2 days after the blizzard, we're not quite out of the woods just yet. I want to bring in now Chad Sonnier, who's the director of the Office of Homeland Security and Emergency Preparedness here in Lafayette. And Chad, there are still some risks if you're going out tonight, right?
Absolutely. At the secondary roads, we did an amazing job of clearing out those primary arteries throughout Lafayette as well as the parish. But our main concern now is those secondary roads in the rural areas that are covered with trees that weren't able to defrost like those bigger roads within the cities. So tonight, when it freezes again, we're just asking the people one more night, please. For the last 4 nights, everybody's listened to our warnings. They've stayed off of the roads, which made it amazingly safe for everybody, not only the first responders, but the people themselves. So we're asking people, please, just one more night, stay home, let these roads completely thaw out before they get on it and sightsee. It's very confusing because today was a beautiful day, sun was out, everybody wanted to get out, and I really understand that, but we're just asking tonight, you're going to get below freezing, so one more night if they can just stay inside and keep everybody safe.
And if people are going into the office tomorrow, maybe for the first time in a few days, for their commute, not all roads are open just yet. There are still some assessments that are underway.
Correct. We're still doing assessments. As recently as 3 o'clock this afternoon, we did an assessment. A lot of, like I said, we have the rural areas, secondary arteries that still have a lot of ice underneath them. So use extreme caution if you're going to travel. If you have to travel, please use extreme caution. It's still dangerous out there.
Okay, Chad, thanks for your time. I appreciate it. And again, just the message there from first responders and emergency officials here in Lafayette. If you are headed out, just take your time. It could be quite icy out there as we thaw. And if you are going back to work maybe for the first time tomorrow, just absolutely just take as much time, plan ahead for tomorrow's commute.